Hey, this is Kieran with the text-to-speech voice before the episode with an announcement. This is a live show that we did in Berlin, and as usual with our live shows we had slides. A link to the Google Slides are in the description to read along with the podcast. However, I have synced the audio to the slides on YouTube so you can watch and listen there. Also, since this is the quintessential Gunther episode, here's 2 Gunther things I forgot to mention while live on stage. 1. Gunther used to tweet in both German and English, but at some point in and around 2021 he stopped tweeting in German. 2. Gunther has or had, it's hard to tell, a job as the representative of Austrian businesses in Kosovo for the Austrian Chamber of Commerce. This seems to be one of the most legit jobs he ever had. Anyway, on with the show.
Corner Späti!
I do genuinely love that Dan has to say that, because first thing you learn when doing stand-up comedy in this city is Germans are the most hands-putting up people in the world. Like, oh, who's from Berlin? Make some noise. Sick.
I'm actually from Brandenburg. I will let everyone know that I feel very silly right now with my feet just hanging off the edge. I feel like a child. I'm being put in my place today.
Yeah.
Just cross your legs.
Nah, I'm fine.
All right. Hey, welcome to your weekly Corner Späti. It's me, Kieran, and I'm joined by Uma.
Hi.
And Nick.
Hey.
And we're live at Selina Hotel. Yay! Woo! It's a gajillion degrees.
Come on.
Oh,
No, it's
We have an AC here that's going to be turned
Yeah.
off in like 3 seconds. But
yeah, but you know.
I
Don't
mean,
remind him.
damn it.
Miss, wasn't there meant to be homework we had to hand in? I can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Noise removal, we can do that.
please.
Absolutely,
Leave it
I'm
on.
willing to do that. All right, so little bit of housekeeping. I do it every live show. Make some noise if you listen to the podcast. Make some noise for the real heroes if you don't. Hell yeah. Time to find out how much you love your partner. All right. So usually we would, before we go into the main topic, we would do some news, Spanish elections, etc., etc. We're doing a whole other episode on that, and simply, we do not have time. So I have to get on to the main topic, hence the word main topic. This is a very... I've gone insane for the last 2 weeks researching this, and I hope I will drive all of you insane at the end of this, because this is the dumbest bullshit I think we've ever done an episode on.
It's worth it, though. It's
It is.
necessary.
It
Like,
is 100% necessary.
Yeah, it's required reading for the show now. I don't even know, like, entirely what's in store, but I do know that it's required reading.
Oh my goodness. All right, so the main topic today is, of course, Gunther Fehlinger.
Show of hands if you know. Well, I guess show of hands is weird.
No, make some
noise if you know who Gunther Fehlinger is.
People know that was the make some noise if you know? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, make some noise if you don't.
Well, then you're in luck because you get to learn.
You get to learn, that's right. All right.
Learn. Just like Zizek says about Lenin or whatever that thing is. Real niche. It's a whole the newest German Jacobins about it.
Anyway,
I swear to God.
all right. So I'm going to. No, we don't. It's not that we don't believe you.
Yeah, I know. I got it in the mail yesterday. It was very pretty.
Oh, that's good. All right. So I'm going to start with Uma. What's your personal experience with Gunther Fehlinger? How did you first discover him?
Well, obviously through you guys. I was blissfully unaware of who he was. But then you guys would always mention him.
Yep.
And he's like one of these people that they always mention in the podcast. And I'm fairly new. I've only been here for like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, who is this person? Who are you talking about? And then they showed me, like they're going to show you now, And well, it's a ride.
You converted. You're 100% pro NATO now, and you
No,
buy
God.
into the gospel of Gunther.
It's just funny because he's very anti-Spain. So I'm like,
Damn. I would say you can't.
I like that, but like he's anti-Spain like for the wrong reasons.
Oh, for 100%.
So, like,
Like, every one of his good takes is for the wrong reason. That's
Yeah,
going to clearly
exactly.
be the like theme of today.
Your experience, your personal experience with Gunther
I can't
Fehlinger.
even remember. You know,
It's been so
Gunther and
long.
I have too many good memories together. I had to block him when I had Twitter because it was too much of just me falling for the bait of he would just be like, "Oh, yo, at Ireland, why do you hate NATO? Like, why will you never join NATO? You neutral pussies."
Yeah.
And then like 1,000 Irish people being like, "You sick bastard! Why don't you know the history of this country?" Myself, then as a proud Irishman. Chiming in and being like, yeah, no, and then just realizing that I can't ride the wave. I get too
No.
mad. But I was looking at his pins right now on his lapel.
If people can't see that, that's
Yeah.
a Austria
Kosovo.
Austria Kosovo pin and a Ukraine Kosovo
Kosovo
pin. I don't know where he gets his pins. There will be several photos here where he looks like General Zhukov, like with the amount of fucking medals on him. But anyway, so I did a lot of research on Gunther. I have entered into a type of madness that I can only express in one screenshot, which is I put Gunther Fehlinger's name into JSTOR, thinking that would yield relevant results. Like, what's the academic world saying about
13 results.
13 results for like Gunther Sebastian von Sudetenland did a fucking article with like some guy called Felix Fehlinger, and I'm like, no, this is not what I want.
And it was about the restoration of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which actually may be the same politics as Gunther.
Move it back in. All right, so this is imagine this like an essay, and we must enter into part 1, origins. How much can I talk about him without mentioning his Twitter?
We already failed.
I would for this section.
No, this was like at the beginning of an academic paper where you just tell everyone everything at the beginning.
Yeah, that was the what's the shit
abstract.
called? Yes, that was the
Yeah.
abstract.
Yeah.
We're a smart podcast.
I've written a paper once or twice.
I did not. I did graphic design in college, so I could never write again. And look at me now.
Writing a lot.
Like, anyway, Linz, 1968. An economist is born. All right, so very little exists of Gunther Fehlinger's early life. But I did manage to find some stuff through interviews and things he's written about himself. So he started his political career being a part of the European Democratic Students, once called the European Christian Democratic Students. It's this thing here with the like AirPods logo. It does look like AirPods, right? Yeah. It's like 3 AirPods. Which is the youth wing of the European People's Party, the Christian Democratic, like, super party of the European Parliament. It's the most boring fucking organization in the world. Usually my rule with youth parties is they're like the more insane, quote, more based version of the party they represent. But the Europeanness, the Brusselsness just rips that right out and makes you boring again.
Yeah, wait, why wouldn't, if he's in Austria, I could imagine that then what's what's Sebastian Kurz's party called?
UVP.
Yeah, so then the youth version of that, we saw some of those ads. They look pretty sick.
Yeah, no, he's not fucking with that at all.
No, he's not, what is it?
Schwarzmacht geil.
That's it.
Black
Thank
make
you.
horny.
Yeah.
That's how Google translated it for me. Sebastian Kurz, the head of the UVP, the CDU equivalent in Austria, was the face for their youth wing's party that they had called Schwarzmacht geil, which is black does cool or black make horny, because the color of the party back then was black. He was on a big what was called the Geilomobile, which I believe was a black Range Rover with Geilomobile written on the side of it.
That's so sick that Sebastian Kurz, now that we know everything about his corruption scandal things, always kind of had the vibes of like a Russian mafioso, but just like not the swag, like him personally, but he just kind of like
I think I've
don't
said
know.
before in the podcast, but Austria is the most Eastern European, non-Eastern European country.
Don't tell Gunther that.
Like before they invented Red Bull, the guy who was like the richest guy in Austria was someone who used to smuggle in slot machines to the country. That's like the richest guy in the Czech Republic, not Austria.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair as well, like Austria's government collapsed because they wanted to like do that bizarre like selling the like Der Standard to Russia.
Oh
just
yeah,
straight
yeah.
up.
In the
so.
sting operation. Yeah. All right. Moving on. What this party does, it's pretty standard for your center right, especially during the like 90s when he was the head of it, 1996, 1998, as you can see there. Classic like against abortion kind of stuff. That was probably their most radical position. The rest was just like, yo, business, sick. That was very boring. Which leads us to the earliest known photo of Gunther Fehlinger from 1996, 1997. There he is on the second furthest right. That's a young Gunther Fehlinger right there. Don't really have much else to say. I couldn't find anything about everyone else in the picture, and I did stop for a good 20 minutes because the last person, the furthest right's last name is Broadshag. So I was like giggling for a bit. All right. So then I have to go to the place where, of course, every person who speaks German tells on themselves, LinkedIn.
No, wait.
Yeah. Did you notice something?
I noticed, two things I think are really cool. Kyiv and Albania, but they're in the same country.
Yeah, nothing undercuts spelling Kiev correctly than saying it's the capital of Albania. Like, you were so well-intentioned there for a couple of seconds.
Does, like, Dua Lipa also have her location set the same currently, or no?
After I was done researching Gunther, I spent like 2 hours following the people who are always in the replies of Dua Lipa on like Instagram and TikTok saying that she isn't Albanian, she's from Kosovo. That's like a type of guy who exists. They have zero evidence. Anyway.
That's right.
Anyway, so there's his LinkedIn, little bits of information there. He did economics in the Economics University in Vienna. He is also on Zing. For people who don't know Zing, make some noise if you don't know Zing. Okay, people haven't been... You have a Zing? Oh, hell yeah! Are you German? I've never met a non-German... Are you? Oh, okay, that's explained, yeah.
Why would the question come afterwards, are you German, if someone has
Everyone
a Zing
on
or
Zing
not?
is German,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Like,
yeah,
regardless if you know
100%.
the person or not, the answer is always yes, they are German.
So Zing is, like, I believe a German-owned made competitor to LinkedIn that, like, only professional class Germans are on. And they will also have a LinkedIn account usually. You're a girl boss. I can't. Anyway, you should add him on Zing. So, considering he has his location as Kiev, Albania, I don't think it's super active. Yeah. So where are we now? Oh yeah, I need to go through the list of organizations that Gunther Fehlinger claims he works for.
Oh yeah, no wait.
This is going to be
like the length of when you like open up Matthew in the Bible, and it's like just 40 pages of just like, Jesus' whole like...
Austria NATO committee begot committee of constructive tomorrow. Yeah. All right, so big ones up top I want to mention is the first. He says he's the president of the Austria NATO committee, which is the lobby group to get Austria into NATO. As far as I can tell, this organization is not real.
Yeah, because I actually looked him up as well.
Yeah.
And I saw his LinkedIn,
Yeah.
and like what he's gonna say, everything it says self-employed.
Yeah.
Like next to it.
Yeah. But I went one step further, Uma. I was on fucking Austrian business registries.
Hold up. All right, so we're in a co-working space now, and I need to twist this a little bit. Maybe this is just grind set. Maybe you just got to believe in yourself.
He's
like
manifesting.
Yeah, he's manifesting.
He is 100% grind set. Okay, so then we have...
grind set. When you're the head of the president, of NATO for... wait, what was it?
Austria NATO committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a fight that you're losing.
Right. Also, one thing I'm going to say, the committee for Romanians who wanted Romania to join NATO was called Casa NATO, which is a far cooler name. You can just call it whatever you want. President of the Committee for Constructive Tomorrow Europe. This is real, but it did close in 2022. This is better known as CFACT. It is a climate change denial lobby group, mostly funded by ExxonMobil. As far as I can tell, he was like a fall guy because it's mostly run by Americans, and they just gave him the job for the European branch. It's headquartered in Jena, in Thuringen. Nothing's there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, Presidents for Europeans for Tax Reform, better known sometimes as EFTR or EFR, ETR, sorry. This is got a large online presence, but as far as I can tell, not legally real. Here's a website. Here's another young Gunther picture from that website. It looks really old. It's not updated a lot. He does put out a newsletter on it sometimes. He stopped recently. This is an example of one I read, the European Tax Reformer. It's 135 pages long.
Oh my God.
Okay, you mentioned earlier how he's Austria's the most Eastern European, Central European country, whatever, this and that and that.
Yeah.
All right, when I used to work at a European legal publisher, we would have to go and research people who worked in whatever embassies, this and that,
Yeah.
whatever. And to be very fair, a lot of Eastern European ones really did give the similar vibe of Gunther just making up things, and you'd have to go and send them emails. And then the funniest thing would be that you would then Google their name, and half the time they would just be in jail.
Fun. So Gunther's not in jail. That's a little spoiler.
Not yet. I mean.
So this group was lobbying for a European-wide flat tax.
Ooh, wow, what an old ass
One old ass
policy position. Wow, nerd.
Yeah. So then we have chair of Austria Committee for NATO enlargement for Kosovo,
You're not even a member of NATO yet. How can you
Ukraine,
ask for its enlargement? Come
Bosnia
on.
and Herzegovina. Not real. Found one PDF.
You have to be probably a NATO member first before you can start talking about NATO enlargement. No, like
On the books.
priorities,
yes.
King. I mean, what am I talking about? Grind set. This
Yeah.
is I'm jealous.
Okay. Chairman for the Austria NGO Montenegro Goes Europe. Sometimes the EU and Europe capitalized, to let you know what they meant by that. I have put this on the new status of real with a question mark at the end, because this is the only one of his many websites that actually has an impressum, with all the actual legal information at the bottom where I can search various details. Which I'm gonna take it now. It also had an address, which is this building here on Google Street View. It's a simple WordPress website. It's literally montenegrogoeseurope.wordpress.com. Not even springing for the top level domain name. This address is also home to so many other pro-European NGOs, including YEF, which is the Young European Federalists, which I have subscribed to their newsletter. They're kind of like yesterday's Volt. They're still going, apparently.
There was a dark kitchen, but for horrible organization.
Dark kitchen for EU policy wonks, yeah.
Can I order the same thing in 14 different organizations?
There's a woman called Kathi Schneeberger, who is the head of Vienna Goes Europe, which is an interesting one because as far
What
as
are they going to go, become Ottoman or something?
Yeah, they're already in Europe, I thought.
I don't get these organizations.
But Vienna Goes Europe has a lot of the same campaigns that Gunther talks about, all the weird hashtags he uses that kind of lead to nothing, except for him and Kathi Schneeberger posting.
Okay, yeah, nice. Gunther trying to... I get it, yeah. King.
I swear to God, the full CV of things that he's been on is roughly about 2 pages of notes. Most of them zero footprint online, zero impressions, nothing in a business registry, etc., etc. And sometimes the things on his LinkedIn is just activist at me kind of things, employed at activism. So good on you.
Is he the kind of guy who wrote education, does streets?
The classic one on Facebook was CEO at me. That was always a good one.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
All right. Then we have to talk about another thing with Gunther, which is the goddamn map. Gunther's a big fan of a map, and and this is the map here.
Yo, fellas, you like genocide just indefinitely for the next like 70 years?
For the last year, I've been tweeting at him, where do the nukes go?
Everyone gets a nuke here.
Everyone gets a nuke! All right, so, this is probably what Gunther is probably most known for, is really loving this map, really posting this map, using words like, so what this is the balkanization of Russia, but he will use the word decolonialism. My favorite part of decolonialism is giving half of Sakhalin back to Japan. They shouldn't even have Hokkaido, but and yes, there are movements in Russia that are like for separatism. For example, here in the middle, the green one, which is, I believe, like the Federation of Siberia, which has the flag that I call Snow Lives Matter, because it's the American flag, but it's green and white, and instead of stars, it's snowflakes. You can't really see it here. Fun fact, that was used in a My Little Pony Friendship is Magical mod of Fallout 3 for one of the fake nations. There's some debate about where that's where they got the flag from. I'm on the fence about that. But anyway, like Siberian independence movements in Russia do exist, but it's not just like that green bit. They just kind of like, they want the whole eastern part of it, which is, no one wants this. Is basically my point.
Yeah, so you sent me the video that he does to this morning, which I had to stop after 2 minutes because it is a 16-minute long video where he goes through and explains the entire thing.
There's a screenshot down there.
Yeah, King, right there. And I never knew how he spoke, and you described him to me as he just sounds like Austrian, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And like American doing an Austrian accent.
Yeah, 100% right. Now imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger telling you, well, the thing I had to stop at is he's like, well, we'll do it exactly like the Balkans. Woo! And I was...
famously went well.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, I can't entertain this anymore. My mental health is not in the state of Kieran's. I have stuff to do today, like record a podcast where Kieran's just going to show me all of this.
2 times speed on all the videos.
Oh yeah, but no.
Yeah. It's very strange. In that video, he kind of talks like the Grey Wolves. Basically, he talks about like captive Turkic nations, which was a talking point of the Grey Wolves during the Cold War.
Him, just like Mesut Özil, got a brand new tattoo.
So misconception. He's not actually a part of this organization. This map.
Why would you grind so hard for this then?
This map was made by the Forum of Free Nations for Post-Russia. My understanding, it's a bunch of like exiled Russian opposition who are, half of them are grifters, half of them are legit, all kind of weird backbiting weirdos and vying for politics. There's nations in Russia who want to be independent, especially down the Caucasus, but like, I don't think vast majority of them care if like Snow Lives Matter fucking becomes independent. The
funniest thing too is his explanation of why a lot of these have like the Nordic cross. And would it surprise you that he's really racist with like the descriptions of why certain groups should be? He says that then these Nordic cross countries, well, they're European, sure, yeah, whatever. They're going to become NATO members, this and that and that. But the further east he goes, the less that becomes the case.
Yeah. He also kind of like believes the map should change how like the UN Security Council should operate. Because like instead of Russia having a seat, they would do like a rotation of every one of these new 40 nations being a permanent Security Council member. The map is magic to him. That's the only explanation I can give. So then we lead to our next section, which is some stats. This is a preface to part 2. I did a lot of like weird Twitter OSINT tools to like scrape his Twitter account. Once upon a time, I tweeted this. Gunther Fehlinger tweets on average 33.77 times a day. And this was lazy maths. I literally took when he started his Twitter account, number of tweets, divide, and I got this number, which is pretty stark in itself. But no, I was like, that's not fair. I need to periodize Gunther. I need to, like, it was difficult. Like, how do you describe a sunset was kind of like the vibe going into this. So we end up with this graph. For people at home, Uma gasped inwards. How you feeling, Uma?
You saw this already, no?
Yes. Yeah, but I didn't see the peak 134 tweets in one day.
Yeah.
That is worse than Kieran.
I want to apologize for who I am.
What happened on the 10th of February, 2020?
Oh, couldn't find out. But, all right, so the periods here are, he starts his account in June of 2023. And from June 2023 to the 13th of October 2017 is a period I like to call Deepest Gunther. And Deepest Gunther has an average tweets per day 1.3. What happened on the 13th of October in 2017 is the European Tax Reform Organization, which just seems to be him, released a newsletter that for the first time wasn't about flat taxes. It was about the expansion of NATO and the EU. So at this point, Gunther has changed. Then we enter into a period I call Deep Gunther, which runs from that date up until the 24th of February 2022, obviously the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. This is 16.3 tweets a day. And then we enter into the second last period when we discovered him, which I'm calling Corner Späti Gunther. At this point, he's reaching about 19 tweets per day at the end of this period. The next date in which we end this is the 24th of April 2023. This was the local elections in Kosovo, which resulted in the conflicts with the Serbian ethnic minority in Kosovo, things of this nature. We did an episode on that with Lily Lynch back a while. We got derailed talking about Gunther, because of course. And this is when we enter the final period of that date to present, which I call Breaking Containment Gunther. This is when much bigger accounts than Kieran, much bigger podcasts than ours start to notice Gunther. And his current average for this period is 45 tweets per day.
Brah, brah, brah. What a king. Yeah, grind set mentality.
Yep.
I mean, I'm only saying this because we're in a co-working space.
Yeah.
Well, we kicked out everybody that was actually working.
Well, they got to work harder. Where are their 45 tweets a day at NATO?
We're distracting. We're far too distracting. All right, so a lot of people, now, this is the fault of the people in the breaking containment zone who have discovered Gunther. They think he only has a Twitter account. Wrong. He has a YouTube as well.
I think Rob showed me the YouTube, actually.
He did, yeah. Our former co-host,
actually, Rob showed us Gunther.
No,
he did, 100%. I remember now.
Okay.
No, yeah. Because you were asking how did I find out about Gunther.
Yeah.
Rob.
Okay.
This is one of his creations. Maybe Gunther is Rob? Where is he today? Yeah. Where is he? He's
Have
not
you
here
ever
with
seen
us.
them in the same room at the
exactly.
same time?
So, his YouTube page is 2,279 uploads currently, with roughly 150 views per video. Anyway, some technical difficulties, possibly.
Just don't hold it by that.
Okay. And so yeah, he's roughly releasing about 4 videos a week, all ranging about 4 to 20 minutes is usually about the longest it goes. He also calls them podcasts. Don't know what that's about.
Gunther, if you ever want to come on Corner Späti, which
that is,
you are going to listen to this.
That's we
it's
are
guaranteed.
Best estimates is from his YouTube channel, he is making €2 to €26 a year. We love it, don't we? He also has a Facebook and Instagram where he posts once a week. And it just seems to be that he's doing the automatic post to Facebook from Instagram.
Oh, I thought it was like Instagram lives where he just like gets in fights with people like how rappers do.
That'd be so great.
That would have been cool.
What's the thing on the bottom?
Oh, that's Social Blade. Social Blade is a great website for figuring out everyone's weird habits on YouTube. Recommend
What's his username? Gunther Fehlinger Pax Europe.
Pax Europa is the name of his podcast, which is just the audio from his videos, which he's also putting out. And I can't. It's really terrible because the latest one you can see there is literally just him in a car driving in Albania and just talking. Pretty terrible podcasting content, if I say so myself. Mesmerizing on YouTube.
Do you put this on to your baby to go to sleep? To put your toddler to sleep?
Gunther videos to study and relax too. Oh my god. Then we enter into part 2, aspects of Gunther, or a qualitative study of Gunther. At this point, I want to shout out 2 listeners, Oscar Mild from the Netherlands and Barek Fromage from Serbia for doing a lot of the legwork in what I like to call advanced Gunther studies and helping me with this. So now we get to talk about his Twitter more specifically. First, I want to talk to you about basic Gunther. This is what Gunther usually tweets, especially in the periods that we called Deep Gunther, was these kind of like serial killer collages of text and images with like everyone tagged in it. This is China break up with Russia, or I call for China to be broken up, same as Russia and Iran. He tags the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for China. Sure, makes sense. He tags, at this point, I believe this would have been Trump. This is POTUS.
This rocks. Yeah, Donald Trump would have, fallen for this bait at one point. It's
He also tags Charles Michel, head of the European Council of Presidents, I believe. And, some other people. The OSCE, sure. They might listen to this. China Daily. Also, he will just take selfies. Selfies are a big part of Gunther, while tweeting this photo of himself with the caption, "NATO is the future of Europe."
So the thing that's also kind of funny about this too is that then also the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China is also very active with responding to a lot, not in Twitter,
no.
But I'm just imagining the sense of in a press conference.
Never give this man a press pass.
No. Having to address one of these psychotic Gunther posts because who knows? Maybe they get confused, think he's an actual member of an organization. It may work one day. All I know, they do a press conference every day.
How many pins does he have in that picture?
Oh yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 6 pins with this selfie. Also, if you haven't noticed, he is paying for Twitter. That's good for him. Very pro-NATO, very pro-EU, wants the expansion of NATO, wants the expansion of EU, wants the expansion of the Euro. Not really open to any criticism of any of those things. But next, we get to another great quality of Gunther, which I think is what brought our attention to him, a lot of other people's attentions. Selfies at travesties.
At least he's sad there.
He is, He is sad or angry at Srebrenica, which hashtag same, I guess. But, so this is
at least he doesn't post a picture at Srebrenica smiling, being Alexander Vucic, why? That would give
just don't take a selfie at Srebrenica.
Well, I mean, obviously no, but he's grinding.
Yeah, he's got it. And then of course
does he have a Tinder profile picture at the Holocaust Memorial?
He's also tagged and is asking why to Alexander Vucic, the current president of Serbia, who was 20 when this happened. So, not really certain. Here's him doing similar things at other Holocaust memorials. One in Moldova, the other one there is in Skopje in Macedonia. With that kind of dismayed face. Although the one in Moldova, he's a bit pulling Jim from The Office kind of thing.
My apology for Jim face with then my apology for all World War II atrocities committed against Moldovans in Moldova.
Yeah.
Doesn't mix.
He's Austrian. He feels the need to apologize.
At least he accepts Austria's fault for World War II.
I was thinking that. Well, okay.
Yeah, based Gunther, maybe?
Yeah, you gotta hand it to Gunther. One of the nice things about Gunther, though, he loves goats. Whenever he sees goats, he takes a picture of himself with a goat.
Okay, I do gotta hand it to them.
Yeah, that's adorable.
I like goats.
Yeah. I mean, if he's like looking for like dating profile pictures, this is much better
that is
than
a nice
posing in
one.
front of Srebrenica. Like, women will talk to you at least.
But clearly, smiling, loving that, goats, angry at Srebrenica, angry at the Holocaust, goats, sick, nasty.
Not if they're Serbian goats, though.
He does not like Serbia, no. Then we get into a section of Gunther that is very, actually, recent. This is a breaking containment Gunther phase that I really love, which is Holiday Gunther.
Damn, again, letting you know he had to grind for this view. Whoa, that is a soy face. Whoa, boy, that is...
All right, I'm going through these in order because, this man is perpetually on holiday. When it's not the summer, he goes to, New York and stuff. We will talk about that later. So this one where he's at the Armani store or a glasses store trying out glasses, and he says...
I think he just added a glasses store and then posed so that then the Armani logo is behind.
Absolutely. And says, ready for the NATO enlargement summer 2023.
It's the new hot
Me
girl
too.
summer trend.
Yeah.
But this one at the bottom is great because I love this one. It's him complaining with the prices of walking around the walls of Dubrovnik, which I've done. It sucks. And if you think I'm sweating now, you should see me in fucking Dubrovnik in the summer. But he's complaining with the price, which has gotten higher because of the switch to the euro in Croatia. But
I wanted this, you piggy.
But I have to read this text, especially for the people at home. I call for European Commission to intervene in Dubrovnik price scheme for walking the city walls. For one adult ticket, €35 shocked face at Dubrovnik Times at the EU Commission.
But his face isn't even that sincere. It's like, oh, whoa, this is kooky, sort of like...
Do you think he achieved something one time with Twitter and now he's just
No, he's
just trying all the time? I just don't understand.
Clearly he has. All right, would you post a picture like this of you with your suitcase that happy if you didn't just know that you were balling?
Where does he get the money from as well?
This is
Because
such a
he's
good question.
Self-employed. He works for places that don't exist.
We will address this in part 3, the theories.
Okay, sorry, I'm getting ahead of...
At the moment, I'm presenting evidence.
Wait, did you cut out his friend or...
No, he could have. I don't know who that friend is. If I did, I'd be Googling him. I'd try to figure out this. Anyway.
Maybe... All right, my theories are going in my head.
All right. Next holiday Gunther pictures.
Oh, no.
Oh,
One on the left, I call for all Croatians, support Austria to joining NATO. Neutrality is useless as sunburn. NATO is our sunscreen. And then he adds,
That's a good post.
He adds
That's really good. All right, I got to give credit to him. Wait. Yeah, what are the ats, though?
He's adding the president of Croatia, the parliament of Croatia, the president of Austria.
Imagine taking a photo of yourself like that and adding that many people. Yo, Olaf Scholz, look how shitty I look.
You need to come back to Twitter.
No, I'm fine.
You're missing out on this. The other one
I
here...
couldn't handle this in real time.
The other one here in the summer, by the pool, is European Kosovo 2023 is perfect summer holiday destination. Only dangerous sunburns, with his wraparound shades on. Then we get into this. I'm going to read this one out for the sake of people at home.
He's on holiday posting this shit.
Yep.
My God.
I get ready to destroy neutrality in Ireland, Malta, Moldova, Austria, and Serbia. I don't really think they're neutral. I promise.
Wake up in the morning destroying the
Yeah.
neutrality in Ireland.
I promise neutrality will be finished forever by July 2024. Let's see. That's the president of, I believe that's the president of Austria. That's Leo Varadkar from Ireland. That's Robert Abela from Malta. That's the Serbian government. That's Jens Stoltenberg. Now, I want to ask my lovely co-hosts, what pictures do you think accompany this? Uma.
Definitely thirst traps.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What about you?
All right, so I think Gunther is like one of those kind of people who goes, they buy like one thing at a designer store, and then they like always carry around that bag with them as like a bag everywhere. So he's doing that in the picture. Like where you see someone, they like buy a small thing at COD-EV, but then that COD-EV bag is like their
Filled with Netto shopping?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's going to be one of those. He's going to be like balling like he was in the Armani, whatever. The sunglass shop making you think he was at the Armani store. That's what it is, right? No?
All right.
Or naked.
No, it's going to be something that we've never seen coming.
I'm going to give points to Uma here because this, I should say, this is the only tweet that I've known of him that he's deleted.
Yes!
Wow.
For the people at home, this is Gunther Fehlinger in Albania on some public exercise equipment, doing some reps in what I think... No, those are swimsuits, right? That's swim trunks.
That's a swim trunk.
Yeah. We can very much see bulge in the third picture. I will be uploading these slides for anyone who wants to examine later. So...
I hate that I was right. I hate it.
So, Uma, smash or pass? I'm sorry, please be my friend. All right. Next quality of Gunther is doxing himself, which he has done a couple of times. So, naturally, with all of his tweets, he regularly pisses off Serbians. Usually right-wing Serbians are the ones who get up most in his grill. Then the problem is he has a tendency to, like, quote tweet them or take screenshots and stuff, proving that what they've posted is correct to then the wider English-speaking world. Because they were tweeting in Serbian. No one fucking speaks that language, but everyone speaks English. You see that bit where I blocked out the number with the yellow? I did that. He didn't do that. I have Gunther Fehlinger's number. You don't. The other picture is someone posting the fucking clinger, the buzzer to his apartment. Yeah, which I've also cropped out. But yeah, then he just retweets it being like, Alexander Vucic, please do something about it.
Europol EU prosecutor.
Yep.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
He tagged
Wait.
Europol.
What a fucking dumbass.
Whose phone number is that then? Is that his?
That's his. Oh, I blocked it out in the image. I forgot to block it out in the text.
Everybody.
I'm so sorry.
I was thinking, +43 is definitely an Austrian
That's
number.
Austria, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Moving swiftly.
No. Gunther Fehlinger's doing the thing that like Mike Jones used to do in like, the 2000s where he'd be like 281-330-830004. I still remember the phone number. See?
Yeah.
He's doing that. That's his like calling card. It's his phone number. So that Serbians can personally dox him or just, harass him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at his WhatsApp status for EU and NATO.
For EU 37, which is 37 countries in the EU. For NATO 42 countries in NATO. And Euro, the currency, 34. United Europe, better economics, secure and prosperous and open to the world, globe emoji. That's my WhatsApp status.
What an
Please message me.
exhausting person.
Should I text him now?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
We'll do the interview episode
FaceTime
later. Then we get into the thing Gunther has done that I have nothing but respect for, which is, as an Austrian man, get blocked by the Austrian parliament on Twitter.
See you in NATO.
Yes.
Is that a threat?
Yes. See you in NATO is still my favorite line from him. Neutral Austrian parliament has blocked me. See you in NATO.
Yeah, I've been having problems with my landlord, and I've been just addressing him the exact same way. I'm like, well, fine, you're not going to fix this, and I'll see you in NATO.
We're going to military court over you blocking me on Twitter. Oh, okay. Other great thing that happened was, as you remember, the map of him showing up, broken up Russia, stuff like that. He didn't really know how to handle the Wagner coup attempt. He became pro-Prigozhin like that. He was constantly, this is not on this street, but he was constantly atting Biden at POTUS. please recognize the independence of Rostov-Don and make Prigozhin the president of it. So,
Did he also balkanize that?
no, that's meant to be one country that's like...
Oh, okay,
yeah.
states. All right. I
Yeah.
thought bro's a little bit ambitious.
For I wept because there was no more countries to balkanize, basically. Then what do we have next? Oh, yeah, this would be a fun one for Nick. The Masonic stuff that he talks about.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the tweet on the right first, because this is a thing with Gunther. Someone told him once that Putin is a member of the Masonic Temple. And if you tell anything to Gunther in what appears like good faith, he will believe you. So that's been a big thing of his. And he got interviewed by Der Status about this. If anyone doesn't know Der Status, it's an online portal in Austria, like very far right, pro like FPU, the party founded by SS officers in Austria. This interview with him was the most normal article. The rest of them were like, "Yo, vaccines, are they Muslim now?" Was basically all the articles.
I love the Austrian like Epoch Times.
Basically, yes. So that was a weird interview. I don't think I know what he knew what he was doing, who he was really talking to.
So what you're saying is that we can get him on.
Oh, absolutely. We have his phone number.
That's how we contact our guests.
Then we get into something Uma mentioned earlier, which is the anti-Spain / Catalonia stuff. Him making the sad face in front of...
Sorry, excuse me?
I think it's...
Catalonia's funded by Russia?
Since
when?
Well, first of all, it's a toxic fallacy. Did you know it was a fallacy?
News to me.
I'm not entirely sure that's a political poster. I think it might just be something that says Catalonia on it.
Catalunya Europa. I guess it says Catalonia with Europe.
Oh, okay. He's angry about that.
Wait, so they're like he's standing in front of something that he would like probably be for though, then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, our president in the exile is in Brussels.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I assume that's.
Oh, that's probably
taken-
Brussels, not yeah, fair enough. I don't think he would dress like that.
Because in Catalonia, there's no posters like "We're with Europe." Like,
that's a Brussels bullshit.
That's
So he's not even there then.
No,
wow.
yeah.
He was on holidays again.
In
Brussels.
Oh yeah, he's on holidays again. I don't think anyone dresses like that. Certainly not an Austrian in Barcelona. That would be rough. But again, with the other tweet though, again the youth.
Defund Spain. Did he just? That's it.
Defund
There
Spain.
was nothing else. Did he tag Pedro Sanchez?
No,
or-
this was a very short and sweet. This is something I would tweet. Because it's so fucking stupid. But this is a classic.
No, but yes, but also yes.
Uma's just like yes.
Defund Spain.
But like, this is again him co-opting language from the left wing, like the decolonialism with Russia thing, because he obviously got defund from like defund the police in the United States, as if like the budget for Spain from the U.S. federal government is too big or something.
Hold up.
The main reason he doesn't like Spain doesn't recognize Kosovo.
Yeah, but then what's up with Catalonia separatism then? Because why are we Russian?
He doesn't like that either. I don't ask me to explain. You're looking at all the evidence I have.
That's why we need to get him in our podcast, and I can be like, so what?
We're all on the defund Spain thing, but if you can explain.
Yeah, but then delete that other tweet, and that's...
Then we get into something from a boy next to me, the anti-Greek stuff, which is really recent and really fucking cooked. Absolutely melted brain. For example, this cartoon here. This is a Photoshop of a cartoon made by the fake cartoonist for The Onion, which was talking about like how guys who like tomboy girls are losing out on tomboys because they're all being told they're non-binary now or something. It was like satire. It wasn't meant to be a real political point. But then someone, an Albanian presumably, turned it into this, which is a guy in a Greek flag hoodie, which Nick, of course, owns, with Globo Greco on it, written on it, indoctrinating Arvanite indoctrination machine, so I guess an Arvanite, into no longer believing they're Albanian and that they are in fact Hellenic. And then there's a sad Albanian man out the window staring in and crying.
I'm just a perpetrator of like globalismos.
Yeah. He quote tweets this and says, "Greece, why did you erase your Albanian roots?" My understanding of where this came from is while on holiday in Albania recently, someone explained to him the maritime border dispute between Albania and Greece. And then we arrived here. He tweets 45 times a day, "I'm doing the best I can."
I just don't get the sense of how someone who's so obsessed with the Balkans just like thinks that there's like good and bad. It's like everyone just fucking hates each other. Like when you accept that, it becomes much easier. But he's like, no, like Albania, Kosovo, this and that. Like this is my team, which I don't know. Like,
Sorry, one second. Here in Albania, it is beautiful but not racist.
exactly. Like.
But hang on, sorry, you misspoke. But no racist.
Oh, no racist. And hate against Germans and Australians.
Why is there hate against Germans and Austrians in Greece, I wonder? Why do I live here? Anyway, moving on to what I think is going to be the bigger chapter, which is the more anti-Greece stuff. People sent him DMs. A boxer sent him a threatening DM. "You're officially banned from entering Greece. According to the president of the Hellenic Republic, don't try to cross the borders. We'll get shot. Bang, bang." Yeah, and then asterisk Yule in a new message to correct. And this is...
Did he like it?
He liked it. He sent the heart emoji back. I think it's kind of impossible to make this man angry, is one of the things I've learned. Or maybe he's just kind of like, "Don't say I'm mad." I don't know. There's other one, which he tags he tags Mitsotakis in both of these tweets, saying like...
Dear Kyriakos Mitsotakis, stop threatening me and my wife. Stop emailing my wife.
Does he have a wife?
No, he's divorced very clearly.
We will get into that in the theory section.
He's like what's the name of the Irish turf guy? Graham Linehan.
Oh, Graham
whatever.
Linehan,
Yeah, but like pro-NATO instead
instead
turf.
of transphobic, yeah.
But he's probably transphobic as well, but...
I haven't looked.
He don't have the time. He doesn't have the concept of anything else but this stuff. Do not try to give Gunther Fehlinger a lesson on gender. Oh my God, could you imagine?
I cannot stress enough, this man has a brain like a video game inventory that can hold 5 things. If you put something new in, he has to forget about something else that he's learned to
or else he walks too slow. You can't.
Encumbered, yeah. Then we get into the anti-neutral stuff, which is mostly directed towards Ireland.
Okay, like kind of sick. All right, not gonna sorry, Kieran, but just calling it Nazi Ireland is just so insane.
Calling desire for reunification Irish Anschluss is also a great vibe.
Did he just call a random activist ugly head?
Yeah.
Nazi Ireland raised her ugly head?
You're Austrian. You can't be throwing these insults around.
Oh, but he does. I personally love the "help, I want to destroy Malta" one. That's a great tweet.
Can I get that on a shirt?
There's more of this. This is probably the longest section because this is his main beef. One of the first jokes that I've probably done myself, that everyone who discovers Gunther Fehlinger has done, is they post the clip from Futurama where Zap Brannigan is really mad at the neutrals. It's like, with enemies, you know where they stand, but with neutrals...
I'm sorry, I keep reading the help me, I want to destroy Malta as like a cry for help.
Yeah.
Like, he's plagued by nothing more than the thoughts of the destruction.
He's someone on the Barbary Coast in 1525.
No, but it's not even just like, oh, bro, like, come along. It's like, I can't, like, these thoughts will not leave my head. I wake up every day wanting to destroy Malta. I just want to make breakfast.
Someone plays Britney Spears at the gym and I lose my mind at how Maltese she is. Fun fact, Britney Spears, Maltese American. Yeah. It's her and Pete Buttigieg.
You know? Yeah, I was about to say, like...
Yeah, which is the appropriate amount of Maltese Americans. There's like 5 of them in total.
Yeah, he just keeps adding Pete Buttigieg, just like... just sending him hate mail.
Oh, okay. Continuing on with the neutral stuff.
Imagine getting banned for Twitter because you said Pete Buttigieg, like a very like niche Maltese like death threat.
Yeah. All right. So Uma's giggling here. I'm sorry, Uma. How you doing?
What the fuck?
Yeah. So like I said, with his brain being like an inventory that can hold 5 concepts at once, here's him learning 20th century history of Ireland from first principles. From like people in the replies explaining that like why maybe we're not so gung-ho about joining NATO. Yeah.
And
He then,
just-
to clarify, he asks Rishi Sunak and Leo Varadkar to explain.
Yeah, it's really like it really is when what's his name, like Jordan Peterson or like Ben Shapiro does the like debate me thing, but it's just directly getting to the point of why won't you guys just tell me is the UK occupying Northern Ireland?
Do you think like he just doesn't Google anything? He just like asks on Twitter.
Maybe
And, like,
that's
waits for
it. Yeah, maybe he like
Right?
maybe he thinks that Twitter is Google.
He doesn't know what Google is.
45 Google queries a day seems reasonable, I guess.
Yeah, 45 tweets a day is insane.
So mad. All right, so where do we go from here? Okay, so this is a new classic one of him posting his selfies with, like, neutral surrender, him at, like, I believe, Vienna Airport. This tweet in the middle. Today, I will destroy the followings immoral concepts. 1, neutrality. 2,
I
protectionism.
read that as Protestantism. I was like, all right, yeah, listening.
3, isolationism. 4, socialism. 5, fascism. Maybe in that order, I don't know. 6, communism. Which is really great knowing that neutral makes it number 1 on the list. Fascism, number 5. Sick, nasty. And this terrifying selfie, I will destroy Austrian neutrality now. While that's probably like, that's like I've seen a goat happy Gunther, like.
He's sunburned as hell.
Oh, he's so sunburned. That was in Dubrovnik.
Wait, wasn't like NATO supposed to protect him from the sun or some bullshit like that earlier? Like,
No, he said the only danger in Kosovo is sunburns.
Yeah, he got one.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. This all leads to this great moment where Gunther Fehlinger challenges the president of Austria, Leo Varadkar, and the president of Malta to a cage fight.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was gonna be like a game of like
like
half-court
Elon Musk.
basketball
Yeah,
or something.
right?
Oh, I would pay to
He
see
like
that.
kind of like would be able to take them on though. Like he's getting
not
kind of
doing
fit
too
now.
Isn't Leo like fucking?
Leo's really
Tall as
tall.
hell,
Yeah. I don't think he'd do well in a fight myself, but
And we're taking bets now.
yeah, we're insane.
All right. Is there a picture of Leo Varadkar in Albania, like working out on Twitter? I don't think so.
No.
So
Oh my God. This then leads us to part 3. Theories of Gunther. The fuck is going on? So there's a lot of questions that we have raised during the show, and I'm going to raise them again. Where's the money coming from? Because I cannot insist enough. This man is constantly on holiday. He spent like 3 months there in the Balkans, Croatia, Montenegro, Albania, and Kosovo. And I think he never went into Greece.
Yeah, no, because he was going to get beaten up.
He's blocked from
Blocked
entering.
from Greece.
Will get shot.
Yeah, the mods of Greece have blocked you. He's often in New York. He's often in Brussels. He's often in Paris and London. So, he's traveling around constantly, right? And we've mentioned the output that he has. I don't really know what else he's doing because he's 45 tweets a day, 4 videos a week.
He's running like 14 different NGOs. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah.
That takes a lot of work.
Also, none of them really accept donations. Like that was my first guess, but I couldn't find the donations page or like how to do it for nearly any of them.
Maybe he's just doing like, what is it, like the TikTok thing of like, ice cream, yum yum, whatever that is. Oh, gang. That's
Yeah. He's doing NPC fetish stuff, yeah. All right. The next question is, who's he with? Pretty much all of his selfies are from like stage left. He's clearly right-handed. The summer ones have been great because I'm seeing his like selfie rig in his sunglasses. He's got little holder things and selfie sticks occasionally.
Kieran, you're scary as hell.
I know. Yeah.
This is really normal behavior, actually, if you ask me. I would like no. This is fine. Don't let Uma tell you that. That's how you verify shit.
Okay.
What's our pin count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right.
Damn, leveling up.
Leveling up. I think he makes the pins himself. Like he orders them custom because I can't find them to buy anywhere. So like, okay. So clearly
His CIA handler is giving him all those pins. Like, there's no other explanation at this point, at least I think.
Clearly he's alone. All right. Clearly he's alone. But counter evidence.
Okay, you know what? That's not a nice thing to say about divorced people, all right?
In these 3 videos, his most recent videos, he is filming and talking from the passenger seat of these cars while driving.
Thank goodness.
Sorry, imagine it's an Uber driver.
It probably is. Could you imagine that poor like Albanian Uber driver like, what the absolute hell is going on?
I would pretend not to speak English. That is what I would do in that situation. And then a common Gunther pose is him holding a flag, usually set up like this. Presumably someone holding the flag. And that's what I thought until, no, wrong, there's a pole. He ties them to poles.
Oh, yeah. Did you not see the one that he's holding the flag with his teeth?
Yeah. I have seen that one, yeah.
That is such a weirdly sexual one.
Yeah, he sometimes holds them with 2 hands splayed out, and then to make sure that the emblem bites it. So that's another great one.
Yum yum, gang.
Yum yum gang. He does most of the time try to keep the pole out of frame. I only saw that at the beginning of this video where he's like fuddling with the camera, 0 editing. In all of his videos. So the who's he with question I feel like is largely settled. I don't think he's with anyone. For people at home, there was an aw in the audience. Oh my god.
For real though, like this is just sad at the end of the day.
Then we get
unless he's getting a lot of money.
Yeah, possibly. So theory number 1 for Kieran, and a theory that has held true for me for a long time. The only thing that maybe disproves this is the photos that he did delete of him working out in a public space. I've gone back and forth with
Ring
other...
light. Ring light.
Yeah. Well, hang on.
No, it's just a random person who was working out.
I've gone back and forth with people in my fellow advanced Gunther studies course about whether he has like a human size, like 4 feet tall camera stand for his phone that he can prop up and like step away from, or if he has someone with him, or third possibility, asked a passerby.
Which, if he's in the Balkans, is probably not the most abnormal thing that a Balkan person has been asked of, can you take a picture of me working out in public? That's very Balkan energy, sorry.
That's fair.
Yeah, sorry. That's probably very likely.
So this kind of all of this has led me to the theory that has rung the most true for me, which is the man is going through the most fucking most impactful divorce of his life, and not handling it well. The only other evidence I have for that is he's pretty horny. If you ever see his Instagram likes, he's really obsessed with this one Croatian fitness influencer that he. This is him liking a picture of her ass. So yeah. Also, I just put that tweet in there with the horniest thing he's ever tweeted: shaping, probing, thrusting decisively.
So you're like,
That's how sex works, right? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
so because he's German adjacent, that means Austrian. So this is all the money that he has saved up from just his life. Spahn. Germans love that shit. Got divorced and then just has been going insane. Like, the money could just be his own, and he's just doing, whatever the Austrian version of Mr. Worldwide is. Herr Weltweit.
Herr Weltweit, yeah.
But, said funnily.
Any thoughts on divorce theory?
I mean, clearly he's divorced.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this morning I showed you that he also quote retweeted, I love European Ukraine, because there was a selfie of a Ukrainian female soldier.
Looks very nice, yeah.
Looks a bit fake, but yeah.
Yeah, he does the Ulf Polshut thing where he just sees a female member of the IDF and is just oh my god,
Yeah, feminism.
So,
right, yeah.
this face here, I was working on a theory, but I don't have the time to fully map it out. But I do think his earlier selfies, he was pulling more extreme faces. And his newer ones, he's trying not to show the age lines, I think is the goal here.
He definitely gets Botox, though.
You think Botox?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Adding that to
I'm not gonna participate in this.
I'm not shaming him. I'm just saying.
You do what you gotta do. All right. Then the next theory that I have is this is just the style. These two women are two women who have made the rounds as everyone being oh my god, I've discovered the female Gunther. Because they kind of post very similar things, but just not as often. Where just the weird selfies, tagging everyone, hashtags that you've never heard of them in places they're visiting for work. And usually they're organizations, they work for NGOs that are basically status quo. On the right here, we have Katie Schneeberger, who works for that Vienna Goes Europe one, which is that's not in question. That is really not in question. Vienna has gone Europe really hard. The Ottomans did not succeed. And then, over here on the left, we have Laura Rosenberger, who's for the American Institute of Taiwan in Taiwan, which, again, seems like a pretty settled issue. They're kind of there already, so... Yeah, this kind of leads me to final thoughts. I've presented to you everything I know about Gunther, everything there is to know about Gunther. And
final impact, Gunther.
Final impact. It's a final impact level divorce that he is going through.
Oh my god, yeah. My final thoughts are, Kieran, thank you for doing this. I would have gone insane, but. Yeah, no, I he's the most divorced man in history, clearly.
A title currently held by Elon Musk. But, maybe Gunther can vie for the title. Nothing wrong with getting a divorce, but there is handling it well. I don't think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, do you go and, whatever middle-aged men do, buy a Porsche and, do shit like that? Yeah. Or do you, fund 14 fake NGOs and just become the biggest Kosovo, NATO, Albania stan?
Yeah, and post 12 selfies a day of you frowning in front of a Yugo.
Yeah. Maybe the way that my dad handled the divorce wasn't nearly as bad as this man. I'm reconsidering a lot of my childhood now. Yeah. My dad could have been maybe this guy.
Your Greek-American dad talking about how we're all secretly Albanians.
Yeah, but he hates it. He fucking hates it, unlike Gunther. Yeah.
Uma, now that you've had Gunther explain to you thoroughly,
Well, I feel like that's happened like 5 times at
I'm
least.
sorry. I'll do it again, too.
You're fine. I don't know. I'm exhausted. I haven't even talked much, and I'm exhausted. I don't know how you did it.
Water and
I
beer.
just wish that I want to have a conversation with him. Just I want to see if he's actually like this in real life, you know? Because obviously sometimes people just are weird on Twitter and then they're like more normal in real life sometimes. No,
No,
okay,
like online personas, sure.
yeah. So I wonder if like he's just that exhausting in real life as well. If everyone in his family is just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I do want to say to the divorce theory, there is one profile of him in, I believe, the like small to medium business exhibition that was held in like Denmark somewhere. There's a profile of him as one of the speakers, and it does mention that he's married with 2 kids.
Oh.
That profile
Recent.
is no.
Ah, no. There you go.
So
Before the onslaught started.
it was a deepest Gunther.
Oh, so the kids must be like oldish.
Yeah, maybe our age, maybe a little younger, I'd say.
So they know their
Oh, yeah.
dad
Yeah.
is like this on
Yeah.
Twitter. Okay.
One would assume.
Anyway.
Anyway, that's been Corner Späti. If you don't know about Corner Späti, you can find us here, operationglad.io/start. If you don't know where to start with the episodes, I've categorized them by topic. Twitter, Instagram, patreon.com, so that you can donate and get an extra episode a week. I also want to shout out friend of the show, Matthew Healy, who's usually on our Bosnians Built the Pyramids episodes, where we don't have a topic and we just riff. He's got a live comedy show tomorrow evening in Comedy Cafe Berlin. You should go to that if you're looking for something to do tomorrow. Other than that, thank you so much for coming out. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
No.